So, if you've just joined us, welcome right here in Austria for the 2018 Grand Prix for the African Academy Online. It looks as though we have approximately 13 drivers set up for this evening, so hopefully it's going to be fun in the sun. As you can see right now, nice and sunny, so let's hope this weather continues through the event, and let's see what happens. We're on board with obviously David, and he's in the McLaren, so I see he's on the Reds, so let's have a look and see what he's going to be doing this evening. So it's right up the hill. This is also called the Red Bull Ring. It's Austria, and the conditions look really fantastic for this race this evening. So we're going to be on board. Let's take a lap, as we're doing right now, with DW, which is David, and let's see how he does in the Honda McLaren this evening. So it's normally the black helmet with the the black helmet with the blue stripes. And there's the start finish. And we'll have a look at the times just now. I'm just going to keep you in a bit of suspense just to see how it goes. There we're following up behind. It looked like a Renault. So obviously you can see what's going on right there in the back. And let's have a look what time was set. Staff, in actual fact, in the practice, setting up a 1 minute and 9 seconds. So let's just use that as the benchmark. Staff obviously setting up a time there for the guys to try and knock him off the top. And let's have a look what's taking place this evening. We can obviously move up. So there's quite a few that are actually in front of David, but I would expect even Goose Man sitting in the Reynolds, which we saw a little bit. Behind him is obviously Jay Fernandez, Jonathan, also on a good time. There we go. David's just set a time of 1 minute 9 seconds .139. So a fantastic time set by David there. So I knew he was just warming up the tires probably on the first set there. Voss not doing too badly either. Just dropped a place right now. Looks as though Pete Bullis, oh, there you go. Nice time pushed in there by Voss. So he did exceptionally well on that particular lap. The practice time is 25 minutes, and we're counting that down. And then obviously we go into what we call a short qualification, which is about 30 minutes, and then straight into the Grand Prix. There's a formation lap, and then the race will start. So not out of the pits just yet, Gav P, as well as, he's out. Voss is out. I don't know if you saw that. He's retired from the race. He sort of went a little bit off there and then straight into the sand trap and then wasted that particular vehicle. It looks as though Staff's pitting at the moment. and we'll just take them down. Let's get on board with Pete Ballas. And there's another fastest time set by Wes. And Wes has just put on a time of 1 minute 9 seconds, 0.109. So he's just crept a little bit in front there. So great driving from him this evening. Let's have a look. We're on board with Pete Ballas. Let's see if he can push to get to the top there. Driving quite well this season. And let's have a look how he's doing. Really nice. Nice bit of work there. Here he comes, last turn, and straight through to the start and finish. Nope, he's remained in 4th position, so needs to do a bit of work. Maybe he'll go into the pits, do a little bit of tampering on the motor vehicle, make sure that it's sitting pretty on the road, as well as a little bit faster when he comes out again. So let's just push that a little bit back. There's DeWitt, having a look at him. Let's see if he's gonna try and beat that time that was set up by Wes. And he's also just slightly behind there. And we see going a little bit wide, a little bit of touch onto the grass, coming through these through the S's. And then obviously pushing himself down and then coming across. So obviously the quality should be a lot better than what we've been watching prior. Thank goodness the internet in our area, or in my area, has improved. So we'll be able to probably watch this in HD, to be honest with you. So let's see what happens this evening. And hopefully we don't have too many interruptions like we had in the past. And obviously the quality will be... Oh, that's good. There's Pig. Pig's just... Oh, and there, come back. Well done. Nice little bit of driving there. It looks as though we're on board with DW. Let's see what he can do. He's just dropped down to 3rd position on this track. So, oh, lost it there. Right off the track. Obviously might be a bit of damage to the car. Let's see what happens if he goes into the pits. But he's going to be focusing to push that car even harder. Here we go. Last turn coming through. Just past the pits. Oh, he's gone into the pits. Yep, a bit of damage there. So obviously not where he wanted to be. In the wrong position. Let's go to Pig. Pig's out there. Now, as you know, Pig drives in a black helmet. Somebody's just come off there. I wonder who that was. And let's see. Hopefully this is the Red Bull coming through. Here's the last corner. Facing a little bit wide. But obviously pushing it through the start and finish. Yes, he's taken the position. He's knocked almost a second off his previous time there. So that's now 1 minute 8.651. So really good. A lot of people pitting. I think a lot of adjustments being made. And obviously Gap Pig in his traditional brown helmet is on the reds and doing what he needs to do. So fantastic job from him in the Red Bull this evening for the Red Bull team. Let's go down a little bit and see there that lots of people in the pit. Let's have a look at Staff. He's in the Renault. He's normally blue and lime green stripes on his helmet. Let's see how he's doing. Oh, a little bit wide there. Yep, he's pushing it. I can see he's pushing it. Let's take a view right from the back. Look at this. Fantastic view from there. Let's push across and have a look down and through start and finish. And he's moved up one position just above Strader Marvin. So he's basically a second point two behind the front runner in pole position at the moment. And obviously, fantastic stuff. So looking down, let's have a look and see what Ivan's doing. He's obviously in the Mercedes, coming through the start-finish area, last bend, whacking it through there. And yeah, very nice, very nice. So obviously some changes. Here's a couple of vehicles, a bit of grit coming off the track there. So believe it or not, even in this format, there are some tire wear as well as rubber balls actually going from there. I see Gabs left this session for some unknown reason. Hopefully he can rejoin Gav Pig, and we'll go from there. So outer lap, it looks like Pete Bullis is on his outer lap. So let's have a look at him. Remember now, he's really going to try and push to get up in at least the top three positions. And obviously he'll be fighting and pulling his way through there to obviously try and ensure that he gets up from 7th, probably looking at pole position. Oh, that's a great one there. Looks like Robbie coming back with vengeance. He was not able to join us last week for the Grand Prix, but I see he's back in form with a 1:08.648. So he takes the practice pole as it stands right now. Hopefully he can do it in the qualifications, but really let's have a look and see if that's going to change somewhat. So they are sort of getting those tires up, getting used to the track, and really looking to make a difference with every aspect of looking for the right place, looking for the markers, checking where they need to be braking, and then obviously pushing the motor vehicle to the limit, and obviously wanting to get on top of the pile when it comes to what they're doing here this evening. So really great driving there from Rob, and we'll just see what happens now. So Pete Bullis dropping down quite nice from Stratum Ivan there. He sort of pushed back, and even the judge himself, Fricky, really doing well. The judge man there, he's pushed up into 5th. So really nice bit of racing there from him, and coming across quite nicely. So that's also great from his side going forward. So 14 drivers on the grid right now, and let's have a look. We have Ivan on an outer lap. We have Staffy on an outer lap. And let's have a look and see what we have from a perspective of where we're going with this now. Let's just push this across and get some data on what's actually taking place. So we've obviously had a look. There's a view from the car. We're driving with Pete Bullis again, but we'll move up and see, because Ivan's actually on an outer lap as well. So we've got two guys really going for it. Well, actually 3 guys going for it right now. So let's we can sort of switch to Ivan here, and let's see what he's planning on doing. It looks as though he's coming away into that area there. Gaps from the leader. Fastest lap there. So the fastest lap currently is that 108.648. Let's have a look at some of the. There's the tires. So we've got softs, super softs, and ultra softs. So the fastest times at the moment have been done on the super softs. That's the red. Oh, a little bit of shakiness there from Ivan. So let's see if he can do that and keep it well tamed on the track. Let's see. So here we go. Coming across. Taking it through the bends. Checking the long way down. This is sort of within the S range. Then you sort of feed back across. Ooh, there, he's lost it. So Ivan's lost it there. Let's move to Staff. Staff's coming through. A bit of traffic. So let's see what he's going to do. This is the last corner right now. Let's see if he can sort of watch himself. And look, obviously when it gets a little bit busier, it's more difficult to set up a good time. The Haas, which is Toki, he's there. We can have a look at him as well. I mean, obviously second race for him on the African Academy Online Racing. So let's have a look. Getting used to the track. Still actually getting used to that car. So a little bit of difference. The other guys in the race with season 1 experience, so they know exactly. So he's going a little bit wide, and having to adjust that motor vehicle and keep it going straight. So let's have a look and see how he's holding up under the pressure, because you know Toki is no stranger to online racing. Done a bit of series with another brand that's available on the PlayStation. Well, actually 2 other brands that are available on the PlayStation. So yeah, he's done a bit of time. He's going into the pits. So obviously he's not happy. I think he's probably going to be looking at changing the tires and putting some, not softs on, but obviously look to go to the super softs or ultra softs. Obviously the same conditions apply as in real Grand Prix racing. You have to use a certain amount of tires, and then you have to use for the race the specified tires, which they nominate for you for this race. So there is those conditions to obviously consider when racing. So we've popped down to Gooseman. He's in the Renault, currently in 13th position. So he will be looking at upping that. He's on the ultra softs. So a little bit wide. Here's the start and finish side. It's also the DRS area, which is through the start and finish. You'll be starting to break at about the 50-meter board, and then obviously push it through. Little bit of swaying there, but understandably trying to keep the control. There we go. Toki's changed to those ultra soft tires. So I think he's sort of looking for more grip, and I'm sure we'll see a time improvement from Toki on that. So that's also quite great. Captain Ice looking there, another fastest time done in the Ferrari. So that's also promising. I'm just having a look on the Ivan. We Captain Ice. Here's Captain Ice. He's also in the Force India team with Pete Bullis. So they did very well they've had a fantastic start to the season. So we're all looking to see what's going to transpire from there. Obviously, the 2 McLarens, which is obviously the T and B group. You can see them in third and fourth there. So they're going to be looking, obviously, to see what they can do there. Captain Ice pulling in. I think he's going to see what he's going to do there. So we'll see what's taking place on that particular one. Pete Bullis on Super Softs. There we go. There's Wes. A lot of break up there. Lock up on the back wheels. So obviously trying to push that as well. Now I think De Wet is obviously looking to really smash that time. So let's stay on with De Wet and go through what's actually happening with him. So let's stick around and have a look at what's happening there with De Wet. So the Austrian Grand Prix obviously is in Spielberg in Austria. And if you're wanting to actually know sort of a little bit about the outlay of the track, you know, it's obviously called the Red Bull Ring. And it's around about 4.3 kilometers. Normally in the 100% rate, we are only racing 50%, but normally racing the full event is 71 laps, which equates to around about 306 kilometers in actual road length. We'll probably see 50% of that, so around about 35 laps, around about there. If you actually go to this particular Grand Prix, capacity is 145,000 people, so they are able to sort of look on that. Just to give you an indication, from the fastest lap on this particular ring or racetrack, it was Lewis Hamilton. He did it in a McLaren, and just so we can gauge now, the sort of times he was pushing on his real Formula One car, the Mercedes, was 1 minute and 7 seconds. So really, really fast. So it's 1 minute 7 seconds and 4:11 in real time. So great stuff there. Wow, big spin out there. And right in front of us there. So, yeah, let's have a look. Let's move on. Let's have a look what's happened to Gav Pig. Now we're talking. Now we're already in the 107s. And so this is basically the sort of speeds we're looking at, what's happening on the real racing, if I can put it that way. So what's happening? What's actually happened now is obviously Rob's fallen back into third place in the Ferrari. I think he's gonna sort of focus on what he needs to do to get the speed up. And here's a lovely shot, three in front. Oh, a little bit wide, there. I think that was Wes. Wes off. He went off the track there. Oh, bit of sliding. Let's push down. Let's look at... there's Wes. Here we go through. Pete Bullis. Captain Ice. So we've got 2 minutes to go, and then we're going to move on to the next part. So 2 minutes to go, and then we'll move on. What might happen is once we finish the practice, we go into the qualies, and normally what happens is, because it's been an hour, we sort of switch off and then we switch back on. This just ensures we get all of the racing conditions. So don't go away. Stay with us. And we're going to bring you some great entertainment here with the African Academy Online Racing. So we're just waiting for another individual to join us. So we'll see what's going on there. Just to make sure everything's happening. There's old Frankie, he's just joined us, so that's great news. We were a little bit worried he wasn't going to be joining us, so I'm glad to see he's joined the race. We've got one other individual we're still waiting for, and this grid is going to be chocker this evening, chocker. So we've got 1 minute left of the practice. We're going into qualies. Here we're on board with staff. Thanks for your comments, staff. Yes, I will be changing that. And hopefully we'll be, incredible. Incredible. Down to 7th there. Little bit of dust going there. A little bit of smoke as well. Hopefully he hasn't done any major damage on that. Gooseman's doing 110s there. Oof, huge braking. That's from Wes. And let's go to Gav. Still trying to push it. Nice to see that DW came back. So De Vet has pushed the limits there. He's basically pushed that right back now to 107.915. So really great driving once again from De Wet, really pushing it, trying to make sure he's going to get back into the same car. Oh, there's a comeback. There's a comeback from Gav Pig. He sort of said, well, if that's the way you want to drive, let me show you how I can do it better. So he's sort of pushed himself now right on top of the pile, right at the last minute. Remaining time, 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Practice is over. So those that are still on the track will obviously finish this track, finish this lap, and then that will be, we'll be moving on. We're in Sector 3 right now on board with Gav Pig. And let's see what happens as he's going to be. I think he's basically smiles all around at the moment, really showing some competitive determination in that Red Bull, in Team Red Bull. Really wanting his teammate unable to join us this evening, but I'm sure Gamer. Springbok Gamer will be watching this feed and supporting his teammate going forward, because they definitely need the constructors' points in Season 2. So there we go. We're nearly finalizing up. There's a couple of cars pulling over to the track. There we go. He's retired from the session. So Gav on top there, well done. And we'll be moving on to having a look at what's taking place in the qualification session. Chicken's just joined. He's going to be driving as well. So we'll see what's going on there. Couple of seconds to go, and then we'll be back with you. As I said, we just want to make sure we don't infringe on any copyrights, so we'll be moving off the screen in a couple of seconds and allowing the process to go through, and then we'll start with the qualification session. So there we are, race director, just giving you a quick lineup for the practice session here in Spielberg. And you can see there right on top Gav Pig, then going down to De Wet, and in third place there Rob, welcome back from your holidays, and hopefully you're going to do something this evening. Pete Bullis, he did a fantastic lap there, coming in fourth. Then Wes in fifth, and nice coming up there, Jay Fernandez. He's also done exceptionally well this evening, up into sixth place. Then Captain Ice in Force India, round about seventh. Then Staff going forward there. And then obviously we have Stratum Ivan, the Judge Man, Foss, and Goose, who's obviously in 13th place at the moment. So let's have a look. There are the tires, there's the finishing, and we'll take it back from there. So really, we'll take it on for the race coming forward. So let's have a quick look at the incidents. Oh, terminal damage, did not finish that. Obviously, Staff had a couple of warnings there, as well as TW. Excessive track limits is one of those things, so that's obviously going forward there. As well as Jonathan Fernandez, which is J Fernandez 84 there. He's also track limits. And then once again, De Wet speeding in the pit lane. Bit of a warning there. So they do obviously know the pit line is on. Captain Ice there, also track limits. And then he basically lost that motor vehicle and did not finish. So we'll have a look and see what's going on and what's actually happening with the finals there. So we're just waiting for the lineup to get themselves ready. and then we're going to go forward and finish off from that perspective. There we go. So let's see what happens now. So yeah, we're back. This is now the quali rounds. So there we go. 14 drivers on the grid, and obviously they're looking to really set up the pace. A lot of strategy happening. A lot of people deciding how much fuel they're going to put in. Some guys are going to try and do it in 4. Some guys will try and do it in actually 2 laps. So 1 outer lap and then 1 lap. And I suspect there's going to be a couple of them that are going to hang right back, right until the end. And then obviously push their way to the top. So there you see them coming out right now. And obviously looking, there's the 2 Reynolds, there's the Force Indias. Here we have obviously the Ferrari as well as the Mercedes-Benz, and you'll see most likely the guys are hanging back, especially De Wit. I think he's going to wait until the track is nice and clear. But let's get on board with Robbie. Here's the Ferrari. And let's have a look what he's going to do. Force India is slightly in front of him. And see if he can. So out of lap at the moment. So just going around, making sure the tires are set up. Obviously, they cannot make a change. Once they hit that button to say, we're going in now onto the track, no more adjustments can be made to that motor vehicle. So number 6 there is Robbie, which is RZDV 2000. We're just going to call him Robbie so everybody knows who that is. And then even from that perspective, I see that the judge man, his teammate, is also out on the track at the moment. So let's see what the Ferraris can do here this evening. Coming through, here's the start finish. Let's have a look. He's going to start his timer right now. So let's have a look and stay with him on board. And let's see if we can, let's be in this particular position here and see what sort of time he can push. You're on board with Robbie. Let's see what he can do. So we've got De Wit out of the pits as well. So he's going to be on his outer lap. We're going to switch off. We're going to switch to him as well once we finish. Oh, that's out. Let's take De Wit. De Wit's sitting behind Ballas at the moment. So let's have a look what he's going to be doing. There we go. Nice time set there by Staff as well as Ivan. Stratum Ivan. Well done there. So immediately a big change in the times taking place. Staff sitting on top. He's just done a 1 minute 7.432. So obviously very quick time from him. But there you go. There you go. There is there's Robbie. He's pushed up. He's sitting on pole at the moment. So Quali's got 8 minutes to go. Very quick in watching that happen. The times are coming through at the moment. So let's have a look. Gavin's there. Gavin Pigg's actually in the pit still. I wonder what he's doing. At the moment, DW's sitting right there. Gav is parked in a dangerous location. I don't know what's going on there. So he's been disqualified. So there you go, into second place. Staff dropped down to third. Robbie's just moved up. There's Staff. Here's Foss. So Foss coming through. Last bend. Running through. Looks as though somebody's... looks like the judge man. He got a bit wide. Came out. Went straight into the wall there. And then Franken. I don't know what's going on there. He's still in the pits. As well as Jay Fernandez. They're also in the pits at the moment. So not too sure what's going on. I just want to have a look quickly and see if there is an issue. But it looks as though so in the pits. There we go. Just moving to Staff. Let's sit with him a little bit. Oh, that's a real tight corner, that. I think he's out of fuel. No, he's taking it easy. He's taking it easy. He's just trotting along at the moment. He's already taken third, so he's in a comfortable position. He's not going to push it out there. Goose, let's have a look at Goose. He's pushing it a little bit. So 4 minutes left. Just under 4 minutes to go. So let's see what happens now. Oh, a little bit wide. Gooseman a little bit wide. Oh, he's pushing that. I think he lost it totally. Wheel spinning. This is what happens. You just get onto the grass. Just a little bit on the grass, and then all of a sudden you've lost it. It's just not going anywhere. So he's cleaning up the tires, making sure that it's going to go. So 9 minutes. So look, in the practice, Goose was doing 1 minute 10. So he's dropped that down by 500ths of a second. That's great news. Let's see how he does. Nice courtesy there, getting out of the way. What happened here? Here's Fernandez. Pushing it down. Here he's going to just drop back to 5th. Push it down up to 6th. Push it back down to 5th. And here now, gear up to 6th, 7th, and 8th. Look for the marker. There's the 150, 50. burn it back down to sixth, pushing it. Oh my goodness! There was almost pieces of a car going to be delivered in half there. Team wouldn't have been too happy about that because it would have been both of them out of the qualies and basically maybe sitting in a last position. So Fernandes obviously pushing up the hill there. Here to the 150. Now it's a basic turn in. Yep, nice. Almost missed the marker there, but pulled it back nicely. Now it's 8th gear. 50 mark. Slow down. Push it through. Nicely done there. And here we start 7th. Back down. 5th. Pushing it hard. And here we come in. Now it's 6th, 7th. 8 again. And now a little bit, yeah, nicely done, well tucked. And then through start finish. There we go. Pushes Jay Fernandes right up into 6th. A great lap from him. So that's really, really good. And nice to see. Nice to see. Let's quickly go on. I would suggest let's quickly go on with... let's push up to Robbie. Oh, Robbie, that internet is a little bit concerning for me. From my view, you were off the track, but maybe it was just me. So he's in the 7th. Yeah, I think he's got a bit of lack of information from my side because not able to see exactly what he's doing. He's jumping all over, so that might be that internet connection of his. But he seems to be controlling it quite nicely. And we can only see... Oh, Ballas! Nice work there, man. He's done a nice time. Let's see if he can better that time. We've got 15 seconds for qualies to finish. So, I'll be over and out right now. You bit of heavy brake in there. I think he just took that a little bit too close. So there we go. Nicely done. Now, for some reason, he's going there. Nicely done. Oh my goodness. Somebody was stuck in the pits. So let's have a look. Just there, the race director's out. There's the result. There we go. Robbie on top, Pete Ballas, then David, then Staff, then Foss, then Stratham, Ivan. Then we have Jay Fernandes, number 7 there. Then we're going down, Captain Ice. And it seems as though we're going into the big one. So if you've just joined us, welcome to the African Academy Online Racing. We're going to be heading into this evening's final event. And we're going to be sort of looking at what's going to be taking place this evening. And obviously 5 penalty grid for Pete Ballas, is what I've just heard. So let's have a look and see what's going to happen. You've obviously got a blue screen at the moment, but I'll bring you back online, just waiting for that to happen so that we're looking at the pits. And then obviously from there, we're going to go in 10 seconds, looking when the race is going to start. Let me see if I can just bring that up right now. And it looks as though it seems to be formation lap taking place. So this is just a formation lap. 36 laps of this race. They'll be looking just to get those tires nice and warmed up, and then we'll go from there. So a lot of guys waiting. We're going to start off probably looking at some of the guys. The Sackman's in, so that's great news. He was a little bit worried he wasn't going to make it, but he's in. Going across. Let's go to, there we are with Foss. There we go. They're all just getting those tires nicely warmed up. So let's have a look quickly at some of the strategies that are taking place right now. So it looks as though they're going to be starting. Okay, so Robbie's going to be starting on the Super Softs. Just behind him is obviously the Ultra Softs for Devet. If we look at where we are with the first top three there, obviously coming through, they're going to be looking at just lining up their grid, making sure everybody's in position. Then we'll see the countdown for Season 2 African Academy Online Racing. Let's have a look at where we are. So 16 on the grid. And here's the lights. And they're away. Here we go. Coming down the first straight. It looks as though Robbie's had a good drive there. There's been a bit of a shuffle coming through. Oops. Let's make sure that we're staying with the action. There's been a huge accident. It looks like it. And it looks as though that it's Jay Fernandez. He's come off, so he's going to drop right to the back. Looks as though somebody's actually stuck in the pits for some unknown reason. The Sackman, he's pushing it out. There's straight to Marvin. There we go. There's Franken. He's pushing it. Oh, Chicken Wing. Stay. Oh, he's. Oh, collision of note. Why did he do that? That's a serious problem there. Everybody got into that one. Not good from Chicken Wing. I think there's going to be some serious altercations there from that. Gavin's gone into the pits. Toki in the Haas. Let's have a look at what's happening. He's currently in 10th position. There's Goose. The Goose Man. The Goose Man 4. Obviously, he's sitting in 8th, 2 seconds off the leader at the moment. There's Wes. So the fastest lap just put on there is 109. Very nice from Robbie. He's right out in front. Let's have a look and see where we are with the race leaders. Fossey in third. We're on board right now with Divot just in front of him. You can see Robbie. Let's see the technique and the strategy that's involved, because I'm sure at the moment Robbie has to come in. His tires are not going to last as long as Divot's, and it's going to be quite interesting to see what's actually going to take place there. I just want to have a look at the some information regarding the tires there. So a lot of them on the super softs, but even equal amounts, if not so, on the ultra softs. So that is quite interesting there. Looks as though Jay Fernandez is out. We've got two pitting, Chicken Wing, as well as Captain Ice. He's pitting as well. And we're going to have a look at some footage. I'm sure the technical team is going to be getting together to have a look at that incident between Chicken Wing and Fernandez. I can well see it. It looks as though Captain Ice was also probably in that for some reason. Here we are with the race leader at the moment. Pushing the limits there, so that's great news. We should be looking at Divot right now, seeing where he is. Coming up the hill, still got Robbie in his sights. Foss is just behind him, so that slightly slower for some reason on the ultra softs. Pete Ballas actually also trying to push the limits. We're on board with Wes. So up to the 50, pulling in, coming around. So here we go. Let's push it around. Let's go to Pete Ballas quickly. Yeah, look at that. Just in front of him. Ooh, Foss in third. So Pete Ballas in fourth. And amazingly, the fastest times there, fastest laps. And let's see what happens. So Pete is actually running slightly quicker than Foss. From a lap perspective. Down. Yep, there we go. Nice lock up there. Well controlled. Not going into the back of Foss. Foss is trying to catch hold of Divot, but he's a little bit off the pace there. Let's have a look at Divot. Divot is looking. There is just in the distance, if you didn't see it, was Robbie. So also trying to push it, trying to keep that foot flat on the throttle. And here we go. So I know this is actually Robbie's favorite track. He loves this track. So I know he's going to... He won it last year on the African Academy Online Racing Season 1. So he definitely enjoys this track. And there was tough competition from him and Gav Peg on this particular track. So let's go down quickly if we can. I know I'm switching through. Hopefully I don't make you too dizzy. So here we're down with the Sackman. Currently in 13th position. Just in front of him is Strader Marvin. Pushing the limits. There's 7th. Gears it back down to 6th. Probably going to gear it back down to 5th. 4th gear. And then flat out. Obviously, we're on lap 8 of 36. So in there, quite nicely done. Pushing it. 5th, 6th. So just watch on round about the 150 meter board. You'll see the brakes coming now. Just about 75 meters before that turn. Nicely tucked in, so really smooth driving. Let's quickly have a look at what's happening. Goose is in the pits for some reason. Obviously had some damage there. Didn't see a change of tires, but I mean, he's out again. Let's pop up Judge Man. The Judge in Ferrari. Oh, that's the thing. You can see, obviously, a bit of items off there. No assists once again happening. Jean VH 99. So coming through. Watch this. 50-meter mark. Little bit out of shape there. Still out of shape in the DRS section here. Being overtaken by Franken. So Franken's just put himself one ahead. But it looks as though he's going to have a problem. He's going to have a blue flag on him. You just got to watch himself going a bit wide. No problem there from Franken. Jean VH99 just a little bit going wide. He's obviously got stuff on the tires. He's got to get rid of that nonsense. Oh, here we go. In the pits, seems though a nose change, and Pete Bullis is out, so he's going to drop down really fast. So I wonder what happened there. Up with Wes. Wes moved up now into 4th. Oh, I tell you what, no assist, and you can see those tires, so they're going to wear a lot faster doing that. And also coming across Foss, obviously just in front of him there. Let's put that in. Oh, there's a McLaren off. Oh, we're going past. Nicely done. So not taking the foot off the gas at all. And pushing it down. Here we go. Foss just in front of me. I think Wes has got his eyes on Foss here. There seems to have been an accident just ahead. So the yellow light is out. Don't see anything at the moment, so there could be a go. No lights flashing now, so it's full racing. 50. Oh, He's pushing it, man. He's pushing it. Lots of flat spots happening on the tires. Foss better watch himself, because I'm telling you now, Wes is really trying to get up there. It's a little bit of luck there, but still flying through. So here's Foss, just in front of him. Here's DeWitt. DeWitt still got he's still got that target in front of him. There's actually going to be a bit of lapping taking place. So we're going to watch this now. Here we go. So the two Ferraris. Looks as though it's actually the judge who's almost a lap behind. He's going to take over. Robbie doesn't seem to be in that car, so this could be a problem for him, because now DeWitt is going to overtake. He's just done that. So we have a new leader in this race right now. And it is DeWitt. Yep. So even though we did see the fastest lap coming from, we have the leader currently. So let's have a look what's actually taking place, because I think Robbie's just joined us again. Obviously he had a disconnect, he's reconnected. The judge man is just in front, so he's in 8th, believe it or not. We've got a couple of people behind, 2 laps, 1 laps. So the guys are really putting on some extremely good driving to get themselves ahead of the pack. Nicely done by DeWitt. Oh, let's look at Franken. Franken seems to be a little bit off. Oh, out of shape there. Chicken wing. So 2 laps behind Chicken wing. Ivan still going. Straight to Ivan. He's pushing, looking for an opportunity. Toki's just in front of him, so let's have a look what he does with Toks at this point in time. Really pushing it. He's in 5th. So there is under yellow right here. So this stretch still under yellow. Oh. All green. Down to the 50. Oh yeah, nicely pushed in. He's lost it. And there we go, Ivan's just taken. So now he's looking for the next suspect, which is Jean VH 99. He's going to be looking to take that one back. Here we go, Sackman just in front here. Obviously they're coming down a little bit wide. He's got to watch himself there. Oh! Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that type of driving. You can't squeeze a Formula One car through a gap where there is no gap, so you got to be careful there. You got to watch yourself. And remember, damage is on, so you are going to hurt that car if you're going to try and squeeze through little areas like this. Here we go. So Robbie now dropping right back. I think the connection's gone. Gooseman making sure sector 2, sector 3. Sort of gearing down into 5th, 4th, which is the right gear to be in. Straight through start and finish. Here's the judge, man. He goes down to 50 mark. Ooh, nicely done. Burning a little bit of rubber, but still maintaining control of the vehicle. So here we go. Nicely tucked in there. Really nice. Pushing it. Here's 6th, 7th, and then flowing through into the S's. Here he goes. Nicely done. Nice driving line there. Now we're going to sort of gear back a little bit into 5th, probably into 4th here, and then pushes it through start and finish. Let's see. Very, very nice driving there. Here's Pete Ballas. So that gap has really come about. If we look here, here's Staff. He's slightly in front, 26 seconds behind the leader. So there is a slight gap happening. So funny enough, in 4th here, oh, a little bit wide. Brings it back. So we look at Foss. So here we go. Nice to see Gav Pig in. He's in 3rd. So he's not pushing back. He's looking for that. Oh, pulling it back. Also nicely done. Down into 4th. And now gunning it through 5th, 6th. So it's also depending on the sort of time that you need there. It looks as though Robbie's back because a greater... Oh, I don't know what the heck happened there. So as I mentioned, he's back. So he's on the softs now. So these tires need to last him for the rest of the race. So let's go right now to DeWitt. Let's go with him around the track. Here's the start finish, and we will stick with him. Just have a look at how he's handling this at this time. Really, really great. So the Sackman's just had a 5-second stop and go penalty, exceeding track. So let's see what happens there. Nicely done. Really, here we go, fourth. That's nice, tucking it in fourth there. Sixth here, dropping it down to fourth, pushing it into fifth. Then sixth, getting the power up. And here we go. Looks as though the under yellow, but we know that already because of a accident early on. Here we go into fourth. Really nicely done there. Great stuff. And still, that was a lap with the leader of the Austria Grand Prix here on the African Academy on loan. And you can see how De Wit is actually catching the back markers up. But there again, a fastest lap done by Robbie. Obviously, the tank getting a little bit leaner and lighter. But he's going to be pushing. I'm telling you now, he wants to get that top spot back. And this is the problem sometimes with online racing, is that if you get disconnected, there's the possibility that, yes, your car will drive, but you will lose some time. Gav's doing really, really well. Nice control on the car. Pushing, getting it up. And really, really nice. Let's take you into broadcast view and let you kick back, relax, and let's have a look at some of the views. Here's Foss through start and finish. Back on board with Robbie. As you can see, just in front of him, looking for an opportunity here. So 22 laps already done on this particular Grand Prix. And there, nice picture and of the Ferrari making the chase on the Red Bull. And then just in front of that was the McLaren. So here we go. There's a slight move me over. There we go. Great shot there. Start and finish. So here's the bit, race leader. Just lapped Staff. Very, very nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so we're getting ready for a pitter. I think it's the Haas team, so it looks as though it might be Toki coming in. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Sorry, it's Toki. Obviously, quick change in the pits there. And he's away. He's on the Ultra Softs. So very, very nice move going forward. Here we go. Some more Ultra Softs coming out. And some more. So this is the time now where everybody starts to make sure they're changing and getting themselves suited for the last part of the race. So I can well imagine that the Ultra Softs are going to be coming out. Captain Ice, all of these guys in the pits areas coming through. There is Toki. Great stuff from him, really. Second race on African Academy Online. So he's well in it. You know, most individuals sort of crash out within the first couple of races. You know, it's very difficult for them to really keep that car going. We've had around about 1, 2, 3, 4 did not finishes. So obviously quite surprising for some. Sackman's still in it, enjoying, I'm sure. And really nicely disciplined race from him. You might be saying, well, he's a lap behind. Let me tell you, the guys that are in the top 5 there are creaming this track. They're really putting down some rubber on it. So they're really, really making sure that they're staying ahead of the pack as well. So nice to see that. Gav Pig down to 5th at this point in time. Let's have a look at Foss. So all of these guys are running super softs. I think we have a strategy going on from Robbie here. He's gone for softs, so that means he'll be staying out and probably running these tires right to the end. Where the other guys who are running the super softs, they have to watch themselves quite carefully because they're going to have to do a pit change for sure, looking at what's actually taking place down here. So these yellow banded tires are going to go right to the very end. We're on lap 26, so 10 laps to go. There is number 2 taking over from his teammate. So we're going to see what that going down. Let's just push ahead slightly. So we still have Staff making sure he's following the current race leader, which is David. Nicely done, David. And I think if I'm watching now, you can see Staffy staying on that line, watching every single move that David is making. And if we look, Staff is actually in 6th. So he's a lap behind, but he's still pushing. Because, I mean, we are talking about points for the championship, so they definitely don't want to give up there. And I can see right now, probably David is going to catch Toki. It must be. Who's that? Let's have a look who it is. If we get an opportunity, let's see who that is. So Staff is once again on the Ultra Softs, sticking really close to, even though he's in 6th, he's staying behind the race leader. He's obviously making sure he's going to stay in that slipstream so he can catch some time up. Here we go, through the start and finish. So really, really great stuff happening. So just back to the pits. Nobody's in the pits at the moment. Let's go up a little bit. Who's going to come around? Oh, it's Voss. Yep, great stuff from him. Really nice to see him doing so well. Here's Gap Pig. Great view. Looking all the way down. Yep, that's Gap Pig. Who's this? I'm sure it's Pete Ballas. Yep, it's Pete Ballas. Yep, it is. Here we come through. Here's the race leaders. But this is actually Steph. Yep, and he's pushing it. Really nice drive from him. Staying right up with the race leader. Even though he's in sixth, he's still keeping pace with him. And rightly so. Here we go, 50 mark, pushing it back. So we've just gone back. And that's the judge man himself. Number 13. Lucky number for some. Now we're kicking back onto Ivan. '21. And right behind him is Gooseman. Here he is. So some nice racing happening right at the back. Lots of guys. The sack man. There you go. Little bit wide. It's going to give an opportunity there. There goes the sack man. Nicely done. Pushing through. Oh! There goes a little bit of a touch from those two there. I don't think it's too serious. Hopefully not. We'll see now, because that will take them into the pits. So number 4 is Sackman. Gooseman. The Goosey. Just behind him is Jean VD99. Let's hope he can behave. As I can see, he's looking for an opportunity. Oh! Just got to watch that so much. He's looking to get past him here. Remember, the drivers cannot waver from the line. So, you know, if you're going in at one point and the exit point should be in line, no deviation from that point. So if you take the corner wrong, you're going to be in that situation where somebody's going to come past you. Really nicely done by this group of drivers here at Austria. Season 2 at the African Academy Online Racing League. Let's just push our way up the leaderboard. This is the sack man. Here comes start and finish. Passing Ivan. Yep. But it looks as though, this might have been a collision. Hopefully not. But he seems very nice from the sack man, really making a difference. Just taking Ivan. Let's watch this group, because this group is really sticking quite close together. A lot of opportunities to find opportunities to get through. Ivan seems to be slowing down slightly. Here's the other Ferrari. It looks as though it's, it's number 13, so it's the judge man. He's just had a signboard out to him. We're lap 33, as you saw on the board there. Oh, there's a bit of a collision happening. That was really weird. Hopefully not too serious. Here we go. On board with the pig. Or Gav Pig. Nicely done. So he seems as though he's having nobody disturbing him. You would say it was a Sunday at the moment. Sunday drive. Nobody in front of him, nobody behind him. There's Foss. He's looking calm and collected. Got somebody in front of him, so let's see what he does with that. Here we are on board with Rob. So back on with the vet. Let's have a look what he's up to. So basically 2 laps to go. Robbie going through. And I don't think David's come in. I can see him possibly slowing down. And we might see that if I think probably Staff will pass him. But that's the only indication I have. Is that if those tires are wearing down like they should be, which they will be, I have a distinct feeling that Staffy will pass him. But it looks as though De Wit's not giving up at all. He's going for it. He's actually throwing everything at it to hold that top spot. So much so that he's actually catching now up tremendously. Just as we had a cutaway, you could see that the Ferrari was not too far behind. So Robbie's done a fantastic job just to try and claw his way back from that disconnect. But I mean, that's how it is, guys. That's what it's about. It happens to all of us. So here we go. Now we're really coming up with the back markers. Nicely done. So just in front of is Ivan. So we've got to watch that. I mean, that blue flag is probably going left, right, and center there. He's gone off the track. Unfortunately, went a bit wide. But that's what happens, a bit of pressure. You see the blue flags coming up, and then you've got to make a decision whether you're going left or right and let the guy come past. But he seems to be handling it. One of the things that I'm sort of really watching here is De Wit's obviously now gaining or making that distance a little bit wider between him and Staff. So very interesting. Normally what happens, there we go, the race is done, and De Wit has taken the top spot there. So congratulations to him. Nicely done. And really very well done. Second place, Robbie. And then Foss. Foss is in third. He's basically, he's going to come through the start finish round about now. Then Gav Pig just behind him. I mean, look how close that was. If you have a look how close that was, really, they were catching up quite nicely there. Really, really great racing from everybody here at the African Academy Online Racing. So great result for everybody. Very nicely done. And there we go. Let's quickly go down to we'll probably see him on the Sackman in 8th place. So there we go. Very nicely done. If you've just joined us, thanks very much for joining. If I haven't said it already, thank you for all the support. Just to give you a little bit of ends there. De Wit in first. Second, Robbie. And third, Foss. Well done. Very nicely done. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the African Academy Online Racing. And we'll see you next time. I think it's next week, by the way. So final result. Final result for you there. Just to give you an overall of what actually took place. Thanks for joining in and have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.